Mitosis versus meiosis and cell division. So in this video, there's only really two ways that a cell can reproduce. The first one is mitosis and the second way is meiosis. So what happens in mitosis is a process of cell divisions that results in two genetically identical daughter cells developing from the same parent cell. So specifically for mitosis, what happens if you have one parent cell, and within this parent cell there's something called 46 homologous chromosomes, and there's two pairs of this creating 23. 23 is from your first parents and 23 is from your other parents. Whenever these two combine, they create 46 homologous chromosomes. The 46 homologous chromosomes can be indicated on the picture as 2p. What that means is 2p means 46 homologous chromosomes, and this will be really important later on during my presentation as I explain meiosis. A simplified version of a mitosis is whenever one parent cell is creating an exact copy of itself, resulting in two cells. So it basically creates an identical clone of the cell that's already there, and just having the same genetic material, the same genetic code, and within this it still has the 46 homologous chromosomes. And this is how cell reproduces in one way for like skin fracture, scars, bone marrow, any kind of tissue that's been damaged. This is a way for your body to grow as well as healing itself. Moving on to meiosis and how it differs from mitosis is that mitosis is an identical copy of a single cell organism to reproduce, while meiosis is found in sexual reproduction of the cell. What that means is a male and a female sex cell will have to combine, interact with each other, such as a sperm and an egg, and the end result is genetically different identity and a genetically different offspring. So a sex cell starts out with 46 homologous chromosomes, but the thing is, whenever during the phase of meiosis, what happens is that this 46 homologous chromosome splits into two different 23 chromosomes. In the picture above, you can notice that the 2p is now changing to this 1p for each single cell, and this is important because it's the first phase of meiosis. Mitosis and meiosis stages are quite similar. So what happens is a cell spends about 90% of their existence in a stage called interphase, and during the last 10% of the phase is whenever cell division happens, and this can be indicated on the picture above with the green lines. The first stage of cell division is called prophase, and what prophase is it happens in two steps. The first one is the nuclear membrane dissolves, and the second step is that centrosomes move away from nucleus membrane in opposite direction, and you could see this during the diagram above that it tightly moves away. The second steps of cell division is called metaphase, and what metaphase is, it has motor proteins found in either side of the chromosomes, centromeres, that helps move the chromosomes to the center of the cells. And whenever you look at the diagram, you can notice that all the chromosomes as well as the chromatids are exactly in the center of the cell, and this is really important for the next couple steps. The third of the fourth stage of cell division is called anaphase, and what anaphase is whenever the chromosomes move away from one another to the opposite pole of the spindle. And you can notice that whenever the spindles are happening, you can notice the empty space that are in the center of the spindle. Telophase is the final step of cell division. During telophase, the daughter chromosomes attach to the respective ends of the parent cell. The spindle apparatus resolves and the nuclear membrane forms around the separate daughter chromosomes. Within these new formed nuclei, the chromosomes uncoiled and return to the chromatid states. And you can notice this by the cleavage that are at the center of both cells, and this is really apparent during the picture. All that have been explained previously about cell division has been specifically about mitosis. Now moving on to meiosis, there's actually two more steps. The first one is called meiosis 1 and the second is called meiosis 2. So for meiosis 1 and meiosis 2, what happens is that it goes through the process of cell division in mitosis twice. But this time, instead of creating two diploid identical daughter cells, what happens is it creates 4 haploid cells, and within these 4 haploid cells, it contains 23 genetic material from your mom or from your dad, and this is how it creates the new, different, diverse variation of a new cell.